Hi everybody, Sebastian Marnick here. Today I'm going to dive in on Agent Gateway and Claude Desktop. I'm going to show you how you can easily set up Agent Gateway on your laptop, how to configure Entra to authenticate yourself with your Entra account, and how to set that up inside Claude Desktop. So then within Agent Gateway, you can start applying governance policies, view analytics, be able to see the cost analysis of all the LLM or MCP calls that you're making with your Claude Desktop. So let's jump in. First thing we're going to do, let's kind of close this down. Let's go to agentgateway.dev. We're going to go to the Get Started guide. And all we're going to do is follow a couple how-tos to deploy Agent Gateway inside our laptop. So if you do want to follow, make sure to go to agentgateway.dev itself. So let's open up our terminal here. And first thing we're going to do is we're going to be installing Agent Gateway. We're going to require a couple environment variables. In this instance, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use my Claude setup token to add that into Agent Gateway for it to act as that pass-through itself. So I'm just going to get that token right now. So once I've installed Agent Gateway, let's grab the token. So setup token. Now I get authenticated. You can grab your own API token. I'm just going to use this one for the time being. And I'm going to export this into Anthropic API key. One thing you'll notice is if you copy paste from the terminal, you need to delete that little space. Perfect. Let's clear that. So now I have that set up. And if we go back to agentgateway.dev, let me just showcase that to you. If you go back to agentgateway.dev, if you click on the standalone button here in the quick guide, you'll see all the integrations here on the left-hand side. There's tons of them. We have Claude Code, Cursor, Codex, VS Code, Copilot, etc. What we're going to do today is Claude Desktop. So we're going to go to Claude Desktop, and there's a couple different modes in here. But what we're going to set up is this third-party inference mode inside Claude Desktop. We're going to scroll down and skip kind of this portion of it. We are using the Claude Desktop code with Claude subscription. So like you just saw, I'm using Claude setup itself. But what we're going to do is we're going to set up Entra. We're going to register an app inside of Entra so we can authenticate using our AD account. So what we'll need is when we set this up, we'll need the redirect URL, the scopes to build out that app registration. And then we'll get the client ID, the tenant ID, and that Anthropic key that we've already put inside of our environment variables. So first thing we're going to do, let's open this up. Let's just build this config. We already have an example config here. You can just copy paste it. So I'm just going to save this in my file. And then the next thing I want to do, because I want to be able to analyze the latest costs, I'm going to go to model.dev. So models.dev. And I'm actually just going to copy the JSON file of every single model. It just makes it easier for me inside my terminal. So I dropped that config in here. So I'm just going to call this cost.json. Oops. Let's do that again. Cost.json. So now I have two files. I have my config.yaml file and I have my cost file itself. So one thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to edit this config file because there are certain things that I do want to do in here. Like I want to add a database, so a SQLite database, and I want to, what's it called? And I want to be able to add that cost file when I run this agent gateway itself. So let's edit this file. So in here, all I'm going to do is I'm going to type config. I'm going to give it an admin adder. So we'll just do localhost 1500. Then I'm going to put database. Database. The URL, I'm just going to use SQLite. Just store that locally, data.database mode RWC. And I'm going to do model catalog. I spell model catalog. And file is going to be my cost.json. I think that's what I named it. I'll just delete this. And we'll edit the other configs later. So in here, well, actually, we don't have to edit it because I have environment variables. We'll get the environment variables for our tenant ID and our client ID. So let's just save this. Cost.json, right? That's what I called it, cost.json. All right, perfect. So next thing we need to do, once our config is laid out, we can actually just run agent gateway -f to the config file. Oops, oh, I don't have my variable set up. So let's go and set up Entra and register this application. So let me open up my browser. Just open up a new tab. I'm just going to log into my Azure account. So we're going to go to Entra here. So the first thing we need to do, if I make this a little bit bigger, first thing we need to do is go to, where are my app registrations. So I already have lots in here. I already have one, but I'm going to build a new one just for this demo itself. So we're going to click on add, register a new application. Let's call it Claude Agent Gateway Demo. So this will be a single tenant itself. For URL redirects, we're going to actually select public client, a native mobile desktop app. And what we're going to do in here is actually put our redirect. So inside of Agent Gateway, if we take a look at the docs, it tells us to use this redirect. That's what we're going to use for this demo. We're going to click on register. Right now, once that's complete, it looks good. Let's give it some permissions. Let's take a look at, make sure we have everything, our API permissions that we need to give it. So what we're going to give is the capability. So we need to do email. So let's go discard here. Let's click on add permissions. I'm going to click on graph and its delegated permissions. Oops, sorry. Application permissions. Oh, which one am I clicking on here? I always forget. Oh, graph permissions, yes. Clicked on the wrong one here. Delegated permissions. And let's scroll down. So we need email. We already have, we need user read. Where's user read? Be in here. We can just type user read. And also missing profile and offline access. Okay, perfect. Let's just do that. So offline access and profile. And we'll click on update. So now we have all our permissions set. We don't have to expose any APIs. I'm just the owner. If you have other groups, you can add them into here. Roles and manifests, nothing in here to change. if we go to authentication, we want to, let's click on settings. Let's just do public client flow allow. Okay, I think that's it. Based on the docs. So now we can, takes a couple seconds. So where is my desktop? Let me just refresh that. Now we have our Claude Agent Gateway set up. So we have the client ID and we have the tenant ID. Those are the two things that we need. We already have the actual key. So let's open up our terminal once again. And inside the docs, we had to, let's export the appropriate environment variables for ourselves. So client ID, in my case, is my tenant ID. Next, I'm going to grab my client ID, which is also application ID, is also the client ID. And that's it. So we have our application ID, sorry, client ID, our tenant ID. We have the API key already in here. So we can then now run agent gateway -f config. And if we now open up our terminal, let's just add the browser here to the back. So if we open up our browser, so localhost 1500. All right, perfect. So now we have agent gateway set up. We have our traffic here configured. We're just going to click on enable LLMs so we see the capabilities. We see our costs. So there was our cost JSON file was published. We can also click on custom costs. We have our analytics. We haven't sent any traffic through it. It's not set up. And then we have our logs. So our log configuration is set up here. If we take a look at our raw config, the same file I edited, everything is right here. It's running. So let's go ahead and now set up the client. You actually will notice one thing is that when you go to client setup, you'll actually have all the instructions on what you need to do to set up your clients, whatever they are, code, cursor, Claude, very straightforward. So next step, let's open up Claude Desktop. So actually what I'm going to do is, no, we'll just leave it this way. So we have Claude Desktop now open. And when we get to this point, what you have to do is if you go to the development section, so you have to go to settings and under developer, you have to say configure third-party inference. And when you click on that, this actual screen shows up. Let me just display it. Here, Claude. Wrong one. So boom, let's make that center. Let's put that in here so we see it nicely. So then this configure third-party inference shows up. First thing we need to do is we're going to click on gateway. And if you're deploying this in production or in your environment and you have an MDM, you're going to push this out with the config file. So however you're deploying that, that will be kind of pushed out in your configuration file. So normal users won't actually have to do anything in this configuration. All right, so let's open this up. We're going to click on Gateway, interactive mode. That's fine. Gateway is our URL. So because we're just running this locally on our laptop, nothing crazy. I'm hosting Claude on port 1001 itself, and we can see that in the config. We're going to scroll down in here. For client ID, we're going to paste in our client ID. So that application ID once again. Then we need our issuer ID. So our issuer ID is the issuer ID with the tenant. So I'm going to just paste my tenant IP address in here. Or sorry, tenant code in here. we're going to make sure you're doing ID token, scopes. Let's configure our scopes the same way that we allowed it to. So open ID, profile, email, offline access. And was there any other thing? Then we have our client ID, issuer ID. No, that's it. So now we can click on save and apply the changes. All right, perfect. So now Claude has reloaded itself. And let me share the window. Boom. All right. Now Claude has reloaded itself. Now I'm going to sign in with my organization. So I'm going to click on sign in. You'll notice in the back end, it's connecting me here. Let's move this so you can see it. So now we can see that we're kind of getting connected in here. And where is my little stream thing? So we can see here everywhere where we're getting connected. Let me just move this up how I wanted it. So we can kind of see that our domain is kind of connected there. Pretty straightforward. I just wanted to throw that little thing in there. So let's click on accept. And I'm already authenticated. So right away, we see that we are authenticated in here, which is super awesome. So now on the bottom here, where are we? Right there. We see that we're connected to my account. Let's take this screen out. So we can click on the gateway. We're logged into my account. We go to settings. We have everything still in here. So let's open up Agent Gateway. And just for the fun of it, let's have our terminal here opened up. And we'll put our terminal kind of here on the side and move our Agent Gateway. Itself. Well, we'll take a look. So now I'm proxying. All my connections are going through Agent Gateway. So when I ask, hey, what is 22 plus 3? It's now going to make a call through my proxy, as we can see on the bottom here. Where's my desktop, my browser? I'll just move this away a bit. We can see it's making changes. And if so we've got an answer. Let's do another one. What is agent substrate? And if we log into our UI and refresh the page, now we're able to see if I go to the last one. If I go to the last 1 hour, apply this. Now we can see how much tokens we've sent. And because we have costs, we can now see the costs of what was initiated, right? 28 cents for those 2 requests itself. We can then take a look at, it was Anthropic. Who were the users? A Claude CLI was actually connecting to this. Or it was a Mozilla, whatever it was. I can kind of now be able to provide analytics on who, what users, what groups, what providers, what models were actually connecting through Agent Gateway and how it was proxied by the user itself. I can then look at logs and now see logs from this specific user. It's and what did they ask, right? They asked what Claude was. We can actually enable logging on here. So let's go to log settings and include prompts and completion in the logs. So let's save that. And then let's open up Claude Desktop one more time and go, let's go agent gateway .dev. So now we can see that request came in, right? That request came in. and we can see the logs inside of the browser. Um, and of course, once again, we have the analytics of all the requests that were made and how much they cost. So really, this was kind of a quick demo to show you, what is possible, how easy it is to get yourself started, how easy it is to test Agent Gateway itself. Make sure to hit up agentgateway.dev. Um, Install it locally. If you have access to Entra, set it up. If not, if you have access to Keycloak, you can do the same demo. Hopefully this was educational. If you'd like more videos like this, definitely please hit the like and subscribe button. And looking forward to making more videos and content for you. Thank you.